We build our prisons, holes in the walls. Sunlight we hide from to cover our faults. We alter actions to suit what we feel. The colors slowly fading, seals in our ears. But we can hear, now we can hear, loud and clear, bells in our stomachs, when truth is here. Now we can hear, loud and clear, bells in our stomachs, when truth is here. Possessions hold us, fault.
Friend, be loud, very loud tonight. Let's go. From Czech Republic, and on the women's route, Matilde Cabezas from China. Put your hands together. Sorry, Chile.
Sorry, Ellie, you weren't on air. Let's say that one more time. Hello.
Hi, I'm good. I'm really excited to watch all the athletes climb today, and all the best to them.
Absolutely. Well, we've got two athletes on stage right now. Filip Zalamal from Czech Republic and Matilde Zabras on the left-hand side from Chile. There is Matilde, there is Filip, and these routes pretty tricky for both the men and the women, and the intensity starting almost immediately, especially for the men. And Ellie, we can see Filip here. This is the first hard move on the screen here. We can see that left hand, and he doesn't like the look of it, does he?
I think the bottom section looks really tricky, and he could be pretty tense starting from the start, so maybe he needs to readjust to it.
Very good point. And then Matilde into what is a big undercling, but you need to get your body very, very high in order to do that move. She's hesitating a little bit. It's quite blind around the corner here. Hits it with the left hand, and Filip as well has gone through the move. Good stuff from him. And then, a heel. And just about hits the left hand and makes the readjustment. And meanwhile, Matilde launches over to the left as we go up towards the Triangle logo. Nice to see the split screen here. Up with the right hand. So both athletes fighting a little bit, and we lose Filip on the right there, spiraling down. That's a tricky route for the men, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like all the moves are pretty challenging, and there's nowhere that he can really have a breather. So, yeah.
And also Mathilde is having a breather, but I don't think intentionally. Comes out with the right hand, just about finds that. And now right foot into the pocket. She hasn't got the draw in, and I think she might be going for points here.
Yeah.
So she's got a cross in underneath here with the left hand, makes the cross, has the fall, and a big fall there back down to the ground for Mathilde, but she is all good. Well, Ellie, it was a dramatic start to the competition here. Let's just carry on talking about you a little bit, because we haven't really introduced you properly. So from Hong Kong, and you're a lead climber or a boulderer?
I mainly do boulder, but I compete in both boulder and lead. And I mainly climb bouldering in Hong Kong because we have a lot of bouldering gyms there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of your goals for the future, are you got World Cups in mind, or is this just sort of a stepping stone to something else right now?
I will just compete for now because I don't know. I'm not sure about what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, look, you're 17, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got some time to make a choice here. And tell me a little bit about Hong Kong gyms, because I've never been and I really want to.
Yeah, it's really, we have a lot of bouldering gyms there, and we also have a lot of outdoor climbing. There's a lot of, it's very close to the skyline, it's very beautiful, and I feel like a lot of people maybe don't know we have outdoor climbing as well. It's in really close proximity to the city, so you guys should visit if you're nearby.
I've seen photos and I have friends who want me to go, so I completely agree with you. Right, Zhao Wei is on for China. We can see him on the right-hand side, and Victoria will come on in a second for the Czech Republic, but not yet.
Put your hands together for Victoria Koneka from Czech Republic.
And Ellie, because a couple of people I think missed you at the beginning, just one more time, you're Ellie from Team Hong Kong.
Yeah. I compete in both boulder and lead, and I mainly train bouldering, but yeah, because we have a lot more bouldering in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ellie. So I think a few people might have missed the beginning of the show, so now we're back on. Okay, so Zhao Wei is climbing up, which is a pretty tricky start for the men. There's a shaky right foot on a sloping hole, a no friction hole, which is pretty vicious. And then here is Victoria on the left. She competed in Boulder the other day. And look at the speed she's climbing. She's not hanging around it.
I think getting through the bottom section efficiently could be beneficial for her later in the route, because it looks really tiring later on.
Yeah, that's a good point. And especially if you're more of a boulderer, you know, we see this quite often. Just speed is your friend.
Yeah.
And talking about speed, we do have speed climbing on Sunday. And we've already done the bouldering competitions, so under 17s and under 19s. Are finished. So look at the speed here of Victoria, but she has a big bouldery style jump to come in a minute into an undercling. And then Zhao Wei on the right-hand side. He was quick through that bottom sequence.
He looked like he was pretty comfortable on it too.
I agree with you. Team China have absolutely brought the fire to this competition. They've already got a gold medal as well. That was a bit more muscly from Zhao Wei there as he finds the right-hand pinch.
High foot.
Yeah, and there's no jib to be had. Victoria does the boulder move into the undercling. And then a bit of an awkward clip. She's kind of getting it swinging, wants to clip maybe, underneath her. That's better.
I think Zhao Wei has found a rest, but it looks really uncomfortable. He's probably going to get out of it quickly.
Yeah, he looks like suddenly he was very confident, and then suddenly it seems like he's hit a point here. Swaps the feet around. He's looking in some trouble. This is a big move, the first real stopper move for the men. And he hasn't got the distance on it. Back down to the ground for Zhao Wei. He is done. That move proving problematic. And Victoria on the left-hand side will still fight, but this is where we lost the previous athlete. What can she do differently here? Rocks up on the heel, makes the match. This is such a stopper move. She's gone with the right hand rather than crossing under. No quick draw in either for her. And she will take the fall back down to the ground as well. This move on the purples, that's 2 out of 2
It's
there.
really powerful. And I feel like a lot of the athletes might be thinking about getting the quick draw before they move on to the next move, because the dish there is really shallow as well.
Yeah, good
Take
point.
a lot of energy.
I wonder, so we've seen 2 possible methods there.
Yeah.
We've got the right hand on the first purple and then a cross through, or sort of an elevated door style left hand, right hand. It's going to be interesting to see which one works.
I feel like maybe it's because she had her left foot high on the heel hook that it was probably maybe closer for her. But
yeah, it's going to be fascinating. We do have some big names coming through. Flora Oblasset qualifying in the top spot, and as we know, she's already made multiple Lead World Cup finals on the senior circuit. Harue Nagamori qualified in the top spot for Team Japan for the men. Okay, next up, Santiago from Spain, and then your teammate is about to come on. Well, let's just wait to talk until we see. Oh, there she is. Go on, talk to me about her.
I've known her for a long time. We climbed a lot since we were young. And I'm really happy that she made it to the semifinals because she was quite close last year as well. So I hope she can do really well this time.
You are literally like bubbling with excitement next to me here. This is so cool. Now, let me just tell you, I know you haven't commentated before, but commentating your teammate is so intense.
Yeah.
So
I'm nervous for her.
Oh, yeah, you'll get some sweaty fingers out of this. All right, well, she is reclimbing the routes. Meanwhile, Santiago is underway on the right, makes the clip, and his right foot, remember, on no texture there.
Oh.
So he's not got to hang around. Now, the setters told us about these giant black balls. And, you know, it's full wrap style.
Yeah.
You know, forearms engaged on those things. He's moving nice and quickly through. So good work. You just got to be careful. It's not that difficult down low, but it's designed to make you over grip.
Yeah. It looks really slippery.
Yeah, and it's not that cool here in the climbing wall. It's sort of like a normal climbing wall condition, so there's a little bit of stickiness in the air. And Chuck K? Sorry,
Yeah,
pronounce
Chuck
it for me.
K.
Chuck K. Okay. From Hong Kong, China, on the left-hand side. And there's a clock on the left, 5:33, so the athletes have got 6 minutes to complete these routes. The men's route, I tell you, this is a hard route. You can just tell from the uncomfortable positions they're in.
I think the women's route is slightly more comfortable, especially the bottom section. I think they can really set the pace for the rest of the route and have a bit of a breathe before they get to the overhang section.
Yeah, it's a really good point. The setter said up to where she is now is straightforward, no problems. But it starts up into that giant 360. Is it 360 volume? I think it is, yeah. That's where the sort of the first move comes. And fast climbing from Santiago on the right as well. Oh, look at that slip, though. Yes, that slip cost him so dear. We saw a big smear of rubber down on that hold.
Yeah.
So we are losing athletes fast here. Chuck K, meanwhile, is into the undercling. What's her kind of climbing style, if you could describe it?
I would say she's pretty steady and stable, and she tries to climb really relaxed. And I think it really helps her, especially in lead, because she can really power through the route by not like over gripping on any place or like wasting too much energy. And I think, yeah, I think this route suits her style, slow and steady.
She's looking good at the moment, isn't she? Being accurate with those feet. Has a clever
knee bar.
Yeah. Now, it's not quite enough, I think, for a full knee bar. And actually, I have a feeling that
this is costing her a bit.
A bit, yes. Oh, and the foot pops as well. Look at those right hand. Oh, that was so close from her, but that is going to have cost her some energy at the end of the 360 section.
And the dish looks really shallow.
Does, doesn't it? She does drop that right hand. I weirdly think trying to get that knee in might have cost her.
Yeah.
Because you could see her think it was there, and we both thought it was there as well, but she then sort of put her out of position.
Yeah.
All right, next up from Israel, Alon Fahari on the right-hand side of your screen, or on your screen. I talk about no screen right now. If you are just joining us, welcome to the Under-19 Youth World Championship Lead semi-final. And it's been a busy week here in Helsinki. We've already done the Boulder, all the rounds for the boulders, and there's lots of extra content on the IFSC's Instagram. We're making get-to-know-you videos. We're exploring the gyms. We have a quick draw clipping challenge coming tomorrow. Roman de Grange takes place in that. I edited it, so I know what's coming for you guys. So there's lots of good material out on our Instagram, and of course you can come and watch all the live streams for free. Okay, Alon, underway now on this so far pretty tricky men's route and tricky women's route. Everyone falling in the bottom third. Ellie, what do you think? Would this be your kind of style of route for the women's?
I feel like it seems like a little bit risky in the middle section, and I think I would have a little bit of trouble reading. For example, maybe a lot of the pockets, I can't tell if they're really shallow or if they're deep, because the angle as well as the shape of the holes can be hard to predict.
Okay.
So I think you need to be more decisive in your movement and get through it more efficiently.
Yeah, I think it's a good word. So efficiency, I think, is
Yeah.
the key. Well, we just saw Maxa Tischler Mochnik come on the left-hand side for Slovenia. She will be underway in a couple of seconds. Right now, we're sticking with Alon. And like everyone has done, everyone looks pretty comfortable up to here. And then suddenly it's like the temperature turns up a notch, or the intensity increases. There is Mochnik. Bottom left, she's underway. And I think he's doing this sensibly, resting between sequences here, but that was another slip with the foot. All right, oh, and he's gone. That came out of nowhere as well. A long falls. I mean, he had a slip with the right foot. Oh, it looked dodgy, but then that was an unexpected fall for him. Maxa, meanwhile, climbs her way easily through the easy section. So far, so good. And I think efficiency was such a good way to describe that, Ellie, because, you know, although the bottom is easy, it's so, you know, it's so easy to overgrip those things and sort of overcommit to the moves.
Here's really where the intensity bumps up a bit.
Yeah, and I haven't seen this move in detail, but you can stretch up, but it's better to do a little pop like that.
Yeah.
But she was a bit wild with that cut loose then. Managed to get the foot back in the wall, but yes, she really hit that maybe a little too hard. It's quite difficult because we were staring underneath. It's hard to see into that hold.
I think a lot of athletes may hesitate here because it's still low in the root and they don't want to make a mistake. But at the same time, just jumping up might be the most efficient option here.
Yeah, this is the potential knee bar. Luckily, she avoids that one.
Yeah.
And you can see elbows starting to come up here, the intensity building straight away. She nearly dropped it then. Big move out to come. She's ignoring the quick draw, hits it and back down to the ground. Wow, well, this route is an absolute beast out there today. Okay, well, let's see if this gentleman, Max's teammate Lan Treslunik, can do any better on this. And Ellie, what do you think of the gym here? I've enjoyed climbing in this place.
Yeah, the upstairs bouldering area is really big, and I think when we don't have the competition, the lead wall also looks like really fun. It's pretty high. They have all 3 disciplines here usually. Yeah. Is this a newer gym?
I don't exactly know when it was opened. It feels new, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's certainly sort of a very modern facility here.
Yeah.
There's tons of auto belays, there's lead, there's top rope, and there's a big upstairs boulder area where I went and had a play earlier on, which is a lot of fun. So do come and check out and I'm going to butcher the name, but it's KiipeilyAreena something, Helsinki. And by the way, the big curtains on your screen, that is to hide the routes that will come in the future from our athletes watching. We don't want to reveal anything to those athletes, so that's what they're doing, because obviously this intense schedule means we can't take all the routes down. And then from Spain, Emily Charlotte Spudden comes on from Spain. Big Spanish team here as well. And Lan is on that point in the route where everyone has just sort of taken a breath and gone, oh dear, he could be in some trouble here.
But he's climbing really quickly through it.
Yeah, he's looking good at the moment. All right, so this big move, it's a big stretch, and he's popped a foot as well. Elbow up immediately, but he has made that. So
Is this the high point?
I think that is the high point, yes. He nearly dropped it, but not quite. Might go here though. Yeah, those feet cut loose as he went up with the right hand. He leaves us, but we're inching our way up this wall, athlete by athlete here.
Almost at the pink section.
Yes, exactly. The wall split into a couple of parts, big black balls down low, and then different sections as we move up the route. And Emily is looking okay, but the crosser, suddenly she does look shaky as well, and those shoulders very, very tense here. Trying to keep some straight arms, which is clever, but working hard underneath this overhang. At the moment, looks a bit stiff out there.
Yeah, she looks like she's pretty nervous, or she might have to take a little bit of a rest here just to reset.
Yeah, we'll find something back here.
But the wall is pretty steep, so maybe will cost her some energy as well.
Yeah, and she's been there a while now, shaking back and forth. Right leg, kind of that knee scrubbing in a little bit, but I think she might have fallen into that classic trap where, you know, you rest a bit too long.
Yeah.
And you can't recover anything, and actually you're just going backwards on this. But she has made the move away, and we'll need to press on now. 4 minutes on the clock. Left foot on the jib. And that is our current top 4 on the top right of your screen. You can see how low scoring the women's are. We're looking for just 8 athletes to move forward. She'll have to squeeze those feet in on the jib sit. Snatching at some chalk. She's in trouble right now. Those micro shakes are gaining her some height, but she falls on the purple pinch. And down she goes. Another one to struggle on that section. This is taking no prisoners route at all. Haru Funaki is on for Japan. And I don't know about you, Emily, but I've been so impressed by Team Japan over the last couple of days. They had a lockout of the podium the other day.
Yeah, in the U17 finals.
And you just get the feeling that it's terrifying for every other nationality, which the Japanese squad has a lot of depth to them.
They have a lot of young climbers up and coming.
Yes, they do. And we already know how good the senior squad is.
Yeah.
And, you know, Natsudi Oda, for example, who I've said her name so many times in World Cups, you know, she's in this as well. It's crazy. Still only 17. Well, Haru just takes a moment to remind himself. Technically, he's got 40 seconds on the ground. And then next up is Bettina. From Italy, first Italian athlete here this evening. And we are coming up to 8:20 Helsinki time here. So it's an hour ahead of Central European time if you're watching from Europe. So no edges to be had here. It's just those open hand sort of friction holds, really. Both climbing smoothly through the first opening moves. Yeah, both the men and women's. The men's starts a little harder than the women's.
Yeah, I feel like the intensity really just starts in the really start of the route, especially because the holds are not that good.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, you've gone from sort of like friction open hand grips into these pinches that aren't very nice. There's nothing positive. And he is moving fast. He has to, I think. Meanwhile, Bettina on the left reaches the end of the easy section. Hard moves to come for her as she starts finding the pockets. Haru is being accurate at the moment, but he's climbing quickly, and that just shows you, I think, he just wants to get rid of this section, move forward as fast as possible here.
He climbed the bottom section really quickly, I noticed.
Yeah, he did. Well, he's near the halfway point, but we know... Oh, he's done that move really smoothly. So the first athlete to not really have an issue with that move.
Yeah, and he clips in the quick draw. I think he's still got some left in the tank.
Absolutely. You'd expect him to get a high point from this. So hello.
Skip the...
Yeah, and the audience love a bit of that as he moves straight into the pocket rather than hitting the crimp on the right first of all. Bettina is in that wrestling position underneath. We'll keep an eye on her, but we'll stick with Haru because he's done well here as he hits the head wall. There is a long way to go, but he has made progress. Oh, we lose Bettina, by the way. She drops out. I don't know if you saw that, but a very, very low fall from her. She is okay, but she was gone then on the left. Right, Haru on some crimps now. And it's quite sequency, this, Ellie, isn't it? He is shaking. I think there's some nerves kicking in here there for Haru, and tension as well. Big move to come. He's still on. And now there's a cross under here. I tell you what, considering how much he's shaking, it's unbelievable he's gone that far. Well, Haru out in front by quite a long way from Team Japan. That was not the smoothest thing I've ever seen, but it doesn't really matter because he just kept fighting his way through that.
Yeah, he just kept on going and going. Maybe because he had all the moves planned out, he didn't need to think that much, that he could move through very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I say nerves, you know, disco leg can be when you're a bit nervous or scared. That could be a case, but I just think it was the amount of tension throughout that he had to maintain in his body.
Yeah, because at least the blue section seems like the footholds are not that good either, and the handhold, so you need to really keep the tension in if you want to at least take a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, 100%. Well, interesting stuff here early on in our comp. We've had lots of early falls, but Haru has just stamped his mark on this semi-final with that performance. So he'll be a long way in front. All right, from Ukraine, Anastasia comes on. Acknowledges the audience. And we'll just remind ourselves of the sequences. So. And for anyone who didn't hear me earlier on, those big curtains on the wall, that's to protect against future routes. I'm not going to tell you which routes they are, so you can just guess. Qualifying, semis, finals, who knows? But obviously, the athletes are watching here, so theoretically they could sneak a look. So we've thought ahead. Davide Toroni, sorry, Davide. Davide is on. And Anastasia has started her journey up this semis route. Ellie, did you climb in the lead at all, or were you just Boulder at this competition?
I competed in lead yesterday.
How was it?
It was better than I expected, and I think the route was, especially the red route, was pretty tricky, especially at the bottom. So it was really helpful to watch how the other climbers did it and really sort of plan out the moves beforehand, because I feel like because it was really uncomfortable, if I knew like this was a doable beta, then on the wall I could just focus more on the way I climbed instead of like thinking too much.
Interesting.
So I think, especially because in the qualifications there's demo videos and you can also watch the other climbers, so I feel like that's pretty useful.
This is good to know. I'm going to ask you more about that in a sec, but right now we're just going to stick with Anastasia because she's climbed smoothly but very quickly. And Davide, he's also got that shake that we saw from Haru here. Very uncomfortable moves for both athletes. Anastasia with a huge drop knee underneath, pressing up.
Yeah, most of the athletes have stepped down on the hold.
Oh, one arm, catches it with just the one arm on the left-hand side. Huge encouragement from our audience here. Davide gets himself set for the left hand, heel in. Anastasia is also approaching the first of the women's cruxes when no one has got through. We'll stick with Davide, though, as he nears the blue. There's Anastasia back on screen. Davide in some trouble, I think, here. Huge drop knee, gets himself set. The feet are very low, and no, he doesn't quite get that. Anastasia then, back to her. It's all action here. She's got to do something here. Crosses through, makes it. This is a high point for her. All right, so game on. Hasn't made or looked. Went for the high heel for a moment. This is amazing climbing from her.
Oh.
She falls there, but that was a fighting performance as Anastasia comes down. Right, Ellie, I want to talk to you about learning, right? Because a lot of people have told me at the Youth World Champs, you know, one thing is that you kind of practice.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, they haven't done comps like this before. So have you learned from this competition?
I feel like after watching a lot of the athletes, I feel like, especially lead climbing, I feel like I realized a lot about like pacing in the route and stuff. And I just feel like even every competition, there's a lot to learn, even if it's not the Youth World Championships, even small competitions.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really good learning experience.
I guess little things like I never think about like
Yeah.
how to warm up.
Yeah,
You know, like
that's true too.
like how much climbing is too
Yeah.
much climbing
Yeah.
before you warm up. You know, all those
Yeah.
little things.
Yeah. I feel like you kind of learn it through routine.
Yeah.
Doing it a few times, you sort of figure out what works for you.
Absolutely. Okay, Luca Nandel is on from Germany. He just air climbs, reminds himself. And then from the USA, Alexandra Inglaterra is on from the USA. First USA athlete out. And we're nearing athlete number 8 here for the men, athlete number 8 for the women as well. 24 have qualified for this semis, but just 8 can move forward. Oh, that was a bit of a miss there from Luca. All good though. Those things can happen as long as it doesn't unsettle you too much at the beginning. And Alexandra, we'd expect to climb pretty simply, so we'll keep an eye on Luca for the time being here on the right. There he is on the pinching balls. Into the left hand, Gaston. Looking good at the moment, comfortable climbing from him.
Yeah, he looks really relaxed.
Yeah. Alexandra reaches the end of the introduction. It's business time from now on once she's made this clip. Sponsor Trango Climbing, providing all of the quick draws, ropes, tote bags, harnesses and more that we can see on this EP wall. Luca clips high above his head now. And I think that's quite smart to drop back down. He's sensed that the next part coming up is tricky.
Sort of reset before the middle section, which has proven to be quite challenging. He's taking a really long rest here.
He is. It's like he sort of just could feel that the next couple of moves are hard. Well, he's now committed to it, so launches up, crosses through with the right hand, nearly lost the left hand though. It's awkward heel in underneath and he doesn't like the look of this, and suddenly some panic starting to creep in. Alexandra, meanwhile, looks chill. Yes, Luca, you could see him starting to rush, starting to get worried. And he does take that fall there. And Alexandra, meanwhile, puts a right toe on.
Yeah, I think the middle section of the men's group can be really unforgiving for any mistakes. Foot slips can cost you a lot of energy.
Absolutely. All right, so Alexandra has a heel buried in the pocket. And I think this is a sensible what she's doing here, to take this moment just to chill.
Before the pinches.
She's found that heel and no one else did.
Yeah.
But has she recovered enough? She's in a full splits position, has to drop that heel now. She crosses through. This is looking good at the moment. Right, could be a new high point. She's certainly approaching it here.
Ooh.
Wraps that left arm around, finds the right foot. Needs to clip from that position, and she does. Okay, so we get to see the second half here of this route. Into the pinch. Hesitating for the first time, got caught a little bit up inside her, and that is it for her. All right, Ellie, listen, I know it's been a short one. We had lots of falls here early on, but thank you for joining me here today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Look, I really hope to see you in the future. And if I come to Hong Kong, you need to show me these crafts.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
Wicked. All right, Ellie, well, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck for future comps.
Thank you.
See you soon. Right, I'm about to bring in the second of 3 co-commentators here tonight, and a gentleman who I have watched both in the ice climbing world, the rock climbing world, and the indoor plastic pulling world. Landers Gaydosh is in the commentary box. Landers, first of all, let's just get the elephant out of the room, right? you wouldn't necessarily want to be here, not quite making it through to semis.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, but it is how it is. So, I mean, I climbed not my best, but I tried my hardest, and I mean, that's just how it went.
Oh, mate, well, it's lovely to have you here with me right now as we are watching Li Hao from China start climbing. He was actually my co-commentator in China recently, and then Lucy Garlick on the left-hand side. Landers, did you have a chance to look at these routes earlier on?
I did. They look really physical, and everyone's falling low, so they must be really hard. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've been surprised actually quite how hard these routes were, especially for the women who've really struggled.
Yeah. Normally semifinals is the hardest round, so I'm not too surprised that everyone's falling low.
Yeah, there's got to be some separation with those 24. We're looking for just 8. So Li Hao climbing well at the moment. And it seems to me that everyone cruises this first bit, and then when you hit the sort of next section, that's when it really begins.
I think it turns up quite a bit at the blue section.
Yeah, you sort of see, and we saw it with Luca just now, like a bit of panic coming in. He suddenly realised quite how hard those moves were. Now, Lucy Garlick is an interesting one. She's a very, very good climber. Was joking with me in a video we made about her never making a Boulder finals, and she didn't again the other day, having a bit of a nightmare round for her. So I kind of really want to see her do well here.
Yeah, it's always hard to be super good in both.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, you're a man with multiple talents under your belt, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, Landers, as I hinted at, is as good at pretty much everything you turn your hand to in climbing, including big wall stuff, right?
Yeah, I try my hardest to be well-rounded, so.
We'll chat about that in a sec. Right now, Lucy Garlick is into the business zone. And Lucy's a good boulderer, so I think this would be a good opportunity to see how hard the route is. And then Li Hao here really having to fight as he comes into these moves. Losing his feet a few times. And Landers, this next move, I said to the route setters when we were reading it, it's a big stretch, and he sort of just nodded at me, but it is a long way.
It definitely looks like the kind of bottleneck, or if you like make that move, like that's gonna be probably close to finals. Oh.
He can't make the move. He had a high left hand up into almost a crack feature, but it's not going to work for him. Yeah, I think you're right. I think if you can just get through that sequence, it's kind of game on. Like you might make the next part. Well, Lucy Garlick is game on here because she's underneath the angle change and is looking pretty comfortable so far. Makes the high clip. Yeah, looking good at the moment is Lucy, and I think she's out for a little bit of revenge. She wants to make finals here. Part of a super successful British squad. Her teammates have done well on the World Cup senior circuit this year. And this is good at the moment. We're seeing our top 8 on the right-hand side. 15 plus is enough to get through at the moment. The Lucy's score won't have been updated on that list, so she is up in that top 8. Well, look at this. We get to see a whole new section of our route. Oh, and Landers, I know that the holds get worse and worse from here on. She's into a pinch. Oh, not quite. So Lucy falls there. All right, Landers, well, as our next climber comes on, we got Sam Hammond. Yeah, I want to just talk about your climbing again, because I'm fascinated by your climbing, because you've been sort of like taken under the wing of a lot of really big name climbers at the moment.
I mean, yeah, my comp coach is Palmer, and he's pretty experienced in the comp world and World Cups, and I've gone outdoor climbing with a bunch of good climbers, and yeah, they've definitely kind of taught me a lot of important things.
Yeah, and you're doing some pretty scary, pretty hard trad as well. How's your dad? I've met him a few times. Is he worried about you? Is he all right?
I think he handles it pretty well. He kind of got me into it, so he's got a little experience. So
it's his fault, basically.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. All right, well, Sam Hammond from Great Britain is climbing quickly down low at the moment, wrapping her hands around the black balls at the moment as he brings the left foot up and into the left hand. And then for the women, we have Julia coming in a couple of seconds from Spain. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, the setters said this route was tough, but it is really, really difficult at the moment.
Yeah, they always kick it up a lot for semifinals.
Yeah, right. Julia underway. Or walking on, I should say, sorry. We had a bit of a screen die there. We're back on now. Yeah, that's a good shot. It just shows you what he's trying to hold on to. Those pinches, not great. And it's a bit hot here in the gym as well.
It is a little hot, a little humid. Definitely doesn't make it best for like the fiberglass pinches.
No, friction is not their friend right now. He wraps the hands underneath. He's struggling as well. That left hand will feel nasty, and you've got to go such a long way on it as well. Just about, though. Right, so those crimps might feel good after all that pinches. And he's got a toe hook in. He loses the foot, though. One slip for the men, and that is it. You are done. Yeah, the amount of times, you know, you lose a foot, and sometimes you can save it, but every time one of our men have slipped, they're gone.
I mean, yeah, with all these like side pulls and underclings, 1 foot slip is really crucial. Looks like for the women's route, it's a lot easier to make like little mistakes. Holds are like a little better, but it's a little steeper, and yeah.
Yeah, you're right about the steepness, actually, because on TV it's hard to tell, but she's on the steepest part of this wall. And I think a lot of women have been caught unawares by that. I actually think speed here is important. I think they should be quick through this, because this jug feels like you can stay there for a long time, but you're still on your arms. You know, there's a lot of tension going on.
Yeah, I think pace in these kind of powerful, steep climbs is going to be really key.
Yeah, and she hasn't hung around there for very long, so good climbing from Julia.
Yeah.
Cool tattoos as well. All right, well, she's into the last of the dishes. All right, first crux to come here. This right hand and then the left hand cross under. So far, so good from her. Looking comfortable at the moment as she just takes a moment to shake it. Gianluca Vighetti comes on the right. And Julia fires up a right hand into that pinch. I've enjoyed watching her in this. It's been very positive with every move. You know, now she can afford to take her time a little more, I think, once the steepness decreases. A little bit of a shake. That's the only thing to indicate how hard she's trying. And she'll be moving towards the high point right now. Lucy got a few moves further on.
She looks like she's kind of chilling right now.
She does, doesn't she? Little cut loose to readjust. And this is where Lucy was fighting, and so is Julia suddenly. Yes, she's gone there. Well, better and better. This women's route's starting to come to life here as we approach the cleaning break and the halfway point. 2 to go. Gianluca wrapping that right hand under, turning it into an undercling. And he finds the pinches as well. So here we go. The intensity turns up a little bit. The temperature rises for him. You can see that immediately in his face. Big windmill move with the right arm. Yeah, and he's searching for some footholds on that cheetah volume. There's nothing to be had out there. And Landers, how hard is it once you sort of get rid of jibs? You know, presumably there's a lot of tension you need to press in.
Yeah, especially on these overhanging walls, volumes. I mean, on slab, volumes are kind of pretty good. Like sometimes you go no hands, but as soon as you take away jibs and you put them on an overhang, it gets a lot harder.
Yeah, so that will have burnt some of his energy reserves here. Hits the left hand. This is where a lot of people have fallen. Looks shaky. Liu comes on. Jan's teammate will stick with Jan as he eyes up. This right hold and no. And again, accuracy on that one. When you're a little bit pumped, you know, it's hard to be accurate on it.
Yeah, on those big slopers, you get pumped real quick.
Yeah. And it's that horrible pump. You can sort of feel it like your whole body.
Yeah.
Oh, it's painful. Liu underway and off the ground there, and just one to go for the men before the cleaning break. It'll be Jan Stipek from Czech Republic coming on. And Matilda, not Matilda, yeah, well, okay, fine. Liu, Matilda, Moore. We'll call her Matilda, shall we? Let's go with that. Okay, so Landers, I know you didn't do the chat with the setters, but they were telling us this part pretty easy up until this hold here. And then the next sort of slightly bouldery overhanging sequences we've watched costs energy.
Yeah, when I'm trying to read a route, I normally try to find, normally there's some intro, easy climbing, and then I try to identify like where it kind of turns up, and you can definitely tell it turns up at these big pockets.
And do you sort of think about pacing?
Yeah, like like the easy section, it's good to just kind of run through it easy, just get it done with, so you have as much energy for the hard part.
Okay. Well, she has certainly done that, as Matilda. She moves left now. There is Jan. He did some content with me back in Prague, did Jan? He showed me around the city centre. We went and ate something that I can't remember. It's like a giant sort of sugary cone thing. So thank you to Jan. Matilda, at the moment, hasn't got this clip in. I think she'll get it now, yeah. So she flicks that quick draw in. You are allowed to do that. You can't wait the quick draw, but you can grab it and clip it into the rope. Up with the right hand for her. And she makes the match. So looking good, and Jan is underway as well. So Jan looking good at the moment as he just takes a moment to shake out and breathe on that hold. Underclings now. And Matilda has climbed really quickly. Started to shake though now, just about makes the match. Oh. She was too low there on that pinch. Okay, one to go for the women, and will be Faye McDougall before we have the cleaning break. And then Jan is the final athlete for the men. And Jan has been chalking up quite a few times here. And yeah, he's another one to have to fight through this section. Jan's been competing since 2022. He was in Madrid where he was 34th. So he's used to World Cup routes, and he's been competing all through this season, in fact. Best result was in Innsbruck. Does both Boulder and Lead, but seems to be starting to favour Lead more. He's starting to fight now. This is the move. Can he get it? Yes, he can, just. Next one is in cut if he can make it. Oh, but he looks comfortable. He's clipping off that.
Yeah, the heel looks really nice right there.
How far can Jan keep fighting then? Into pockets. That is a deep pocket, actually. Buries those back two. So, can Jan make some progress? He drops back down. I love the flags in the background, but apparently that took them 2 hours to put up. But they look just fantastic. Jan, that is the pocket he was in. Now into some more slopers. Those arms are going to be screaming at him as he cuts loose. But this World Cup experience starting to pay dividends for Jan. Rocks up on that heel. Oh, a little bit of a shake. He just about saved it with the left hand. Jan's fingers are uncurling. He's close now. He does make one more move, but Jan goes. What a battle from Jan. Good stuff. Well, in the background, Faye McDougall is underway. She was 5th, just outside of the podium in the under-19s Boulder finals the other day. And mainly done European Cups and Youth Cups throughout her career, so hasn't stepped into the senior side of things yet. Her brother is Jack McDougall, who has been crushing it this year on the Boulder circuit. So Faye with the high foot doesn't have that foot in the pocket, which is interesting. Goes above it to gain a bit more height. Considering she's a boulder expert, she's fighting through this as well. So I think it indicates how hard it is.
Yeah, I think these kind of the routes where you're like falling lower and more powerful, I think the boulderers will kind of like a little more.
Yeah. And that cheer, by the way, was for the route setter who's about to clean the route. He's a Finnish local, bit of a legend. Deserved that cheer. All right, Faye has the foot buried into the pocket. She crosses through. And breathing pretty hard here. All right, the dish that burns energy sets the quick draw swinging. The speed wall on the left-hand side, that will be used on Sunday. We've got practice, qualies and finals for the under-17s and 19s, all packed into Sunday. Going to be a big one. Faye just about finds the match. Now she's on the angle here. Look how much the women's route goes on. Like, we haven't seen anywhere near the top third yet.
Yeah, the walls here are really tall.
Yeah, it stretches all the way up into the lights above the athletes' heads. All right, Faye shaking out those arms right now. Makes the match on the pinch. Faye getting lots of encouragement from Team GB. And she's rested a long time here, making that hold look pretty good when it's not particularly. All right, drop knee in to get the quick draw. Approaching the high point right now where her teammate Lucy got to. Trying to make sure of those jibs, but they're really small things to hit. This could be high, but it should be high point. No, she drops as sort of barn door those legs out.
Yeah.
Couldn't hold the swing. Down she goes. All right, well, we will get some confirmation of results in a minute, but we are halfway through this under-19 semi-finals. So 12 athletes to go after this, and that is our top 8. So Haru came out early on, sets 35 as the high point over Jan, who we just saw, Sam, Lian, Gianluca, Lihao, Davide and Zoe Min in 8th, just pushing out Philip, and then everyone else won't make the cut. Lots falling in a 20 plus. That's the move to the small crimp off the left side pull. So that's the story of the round so far. But Haru, wow, what a performance from him. He came out 6th, and he's, at the moment, in a very good position for the finals. Lucy Garlick with that 30 plus is our current leader, followed by Julia and Matilda, Alexandra, Anastasia and Victoria, and then Matilda and Emily. But this isn't updated because Faye's score not included in that top 8 at the moment. Okay, so Landers, let's just chat more about you, because honestly your life is so interesting. Where are you? What are you going to do? Like, where is your focus? Because you've been doing ice comps, you know, plastic comps. You obviously like the outdoor world. Like, are you just trying everything and seeing at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, I think growing up, I wasn't really drawn to one. I would just, you know, go do whatever I really kind of wanted to do. And I think that's honestly helped a lot with, like, all of them. Like, comp climbing definitely helps with, like, boulders outside and goes the other way as well. And I think, yeah, I mean, whatever I'm psyched on is what I'm going to do.
Are your coaches as psyched as yours, or are they saying, "Hang on a sec, mate, you got to specialize"?
No, they're actually really, really good with just like kind of letting me do like what I want to do, and they just kind of let me do whatever I'm psyched on.
That's very cool. So they're giving you that flexibility and freedom right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And where are you based in the US?
I live in Salt Lake.
Okay.
So
your TC training center, stuff.
Definitely the best spot in the U.S. to train for comps.
It's becoming a real hub, isn't it?
Yeah, it's where USA Climbing is based out of. So it's where the training center is. It's where the World Cup is.
And there's some pretty good outdoor climbing, including good trad climbing.
There's a lot of trad climbing, boulders, and little cottonwood. Yeah, there's a ton.
I find the little cottonwood boulders some of the hardest I've ever climbed.
I think it helps though. Like some some V4 slabs definitely help with like some V10 slabs in the gym.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, a few years ago, Josh took me to this like V4. It was a V4. It was 6A, and he was like, "Trust me, it's the hardest thing you'll ever try." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, it was difficult. I got it eventually." But that Salt Lake style, I think, and I think you're right. I think it does complement indoor climbing because body position is so important on it.
Yeah, once you stand on like outdoor like slab feet, like indoor slab feet are gonna feel really good.
So true. And I was chatting to your dad about Chamonix because he was saying you might take some trips out there. So have you got your eye on sort of big mountaineering stuff?
Yeah. I mean, Chamonix. There's so much climbing there. So I mean, I'll just do a little bit of it all.
Very cool. Well, just to remind everyone, we're right now watching the route setters because they are cleaning the routes. They only need to go as high as the high point. So for the men, that will be approaching quite soon. The women's a little bit lower, and they're halfway through that. So that is what the pause in proceedings have done. And you can see there our talented route setter team who've had a tough job. I was chatting to them about standards because we've got 615 athletes registered for this, right? If you're a route setter for the World Cups, you kind of know where everyone's at. But for this, especially for qualification, it's very difficult to judge the level. And I think they've done a good job. Yeah,
I mean, I think I would not be a good route setter, I think, because I just would make it, I think, too easy.
Okay.
I mean, I set sometimes at my home wall, and I always make it too easy for myself. And it's a hard job. It's hard.
What's your home wall? Have you got one in your house?
Yeah, in my basement. Yeah, it's like a little spray wall. That's pretty nice.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I've always wanted that. That's the dream. During COVID, my friend had a moon board in his place, and like I was just there every single day. I think it helps.
Yeah. Definitely during COVID, it for sure helped. That's when we built ours too.
Yeah, I think the home gym, like Google searches for how to build a home gym must have gone through the roof during COVID. By the way, Julia has been downgraded to 29, so she's lost the plus from her score from an appeal. So if you're keeping an eye on that, that's what's going on. The flag's here flying. And Landers, tell me a little bit about the atmosphere amongst the athletes at this competition, because it seems like a friendly event anyway.
Yeah, it's really friendly. I mean, it's like fun to go and climb, but then it's also like meeting people and like trading your jerseys. That's like half the fun too.
Have you got a Mexico jersey?
I do not.
I want one so much.
I might be able to get one, yeah.
And it's the new. I want the white and red one.
White and red.
Which I don't think is the one they climb in. I think
the older one.
Yeah. It's absolutely sick, that thing. But and you can see the flags in the background. And it feels like, I mean, look, it always makes me laugh when we talk about climbers like everyone's friends, because they're not.
Yeah.
On the senior circuit, they're battling for their lives. But with this event, you feel that everyone is sort of learning a little bit off each other, like bouncing off each other.
Yeah, there's definitely less pressure than like the senior circuit, but yeah, it's cool to come and meet people and like learn from each other.
Yeah. And are you sticking around in Europe after this, or are you headed back to the States?
I think we're heading back. I think we'll stay for a few more days, but yeah.
What about a certain Burden of Dreams, Slapmill project? Little 9A out there?
That'd be cool, but gotta go back for school.
Oh, no, really? Is that starting already for you?
Pretty early, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I suppose August, isn't it? Yeah, it's true. And you're high school, I presume?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going into sophomore year.
Okay, right. And is it, tell me about that, like balancing school and climbing. That can't be an easy thing to do.
It's definitely pretty hard, but I mean, yeah, a lot of good climbers just do like homeschool or online school.
Okay. All right, well, Bryce next comes on, your teammate. Can you tell me a bit about Bryce? Do you know him particularly well?
Yeah, I've trained with him a little. He's very good at lead. He has great endurance, and yeah, I mean, his endurance is way better than mine.
All right, well, he's underway. And I know you were disappointed not to get through, but your Boulder round the other day, Landers, was ridiculously good.
Yeah, I did. I mean, my goal was just to get here, and I definitely did way better than my goal. So
You might have to actually commit to this, IFSC thing at some point. Maybe.
Yeah, I would like to compete in a World Cup someday. That'd be pretty cool.
I think it's coming for you. All right, well, Bryce is off the ground and underway right now. He's got that 5 minutes 30 on the clock. Oh, it's a little bit short on that. These holds, it's a nasty way to start, I think.
Yeah, I think they try to make you insecure kind of through the bottom on these.
Yeah, I find those sort of medium-sized, sort of wide pinches really quite difficult. Give me a crimp any day rather than those things. Well, the women's route has been cleaned as well, so the next athlete out will be Louise from France. Bryce into the pinches up above his head. He finds a left side pull as well. Makes some adjustments with the feet. We know what's coming, though. The intensity will turn up in a second. Getting lots of encouragement from Team USA out there. All right. Quick flick of the legs to cut loose. And then he's just got to keep that left leg pressed against the wall. A clever right toe underneath there as well.
Yeah, that's a little counterbalance.
Yeah, and I was listening to some athletes talking during qualification today, and they spot all those little things, and it's debated endlessly whether you use it, whether it's worth it or not.
Especially in qualifiers, because you're watching everyone do different beta, and so you can really take in a lot.
But Bryce hesitates, and he was low. He had his arm slightly awkwardly around the rope.
Yeah.
Bryce, another one to fall early here. There is Louise on the left. She competed in Boulder the other day as well. Lots of athletes seem to be doing both disciplines here. I guess, when you're this young, this is under, what are we, under 19s, but still, you don't necessarily know whether you're a specialist yet, I guess.
Yeah, I think once you get to open, it starts to get really hard to be really good in both.
Yeah, the new Olympic format, of course, has 3 medals now, Boulder, speed and lead. So the chatter about who's going to do what on the senior circuit, if someone's going to specialise or not, is going on a lot at the moment. Okay, Louise quickly through, chalking up a lot just to make sure. She'll know there's, by the time that there's been some early falls here, and she will just be aware that there's some nasty moves here. And it was the heel in on the left.
All right.
And then from Thailand, Ashwin comes on. He was brilliant in Boulder the other day. Louise into the big jug underneath. No problem so far from her. Yeah, he got a medal, did Ashwin, the other day. Bronze for him. He just had a fantastic finals round. He's competed in World Cups as well, and he's done well. 38 was his best result this year. He was in Wujiang and in Bali. And we are with our Thai athlete here as he deals with the balls well, wrapping those hands around. So Louise keeps on pressing. We haven't had too many falls recently on his lower crux. Good footwork from her there. She really stepped over with that left foot. Ashwin finds the first of the right pinches. Big toe hook on the right, but doesn't hang around for too long there as he walks his feet through. Louise gets a round of applause. She's approaching the high point here. Hasn't got the quick draw in on the left yet, but climbing well here. Team France just on form as well. So the big pinch is to come. She's approaching the high point, finds the left well, looking in complete control at the moment. She's chalked, she's rested really well through this route.
Yeah, those key heel hooks are really pay off in the hard parts.
Yeah, and in the background, Aswin is fighting hard as well as he enters the men's first crux. Louise up with the left hand. I think we're high point territory right now. Drops the left foot over. This is great work from her. She gets another draw in. Right, she's approaching the last of the angle changes. Head wall to come, and she finds the crimp with the left hand. Aswin is through the crux as well on the other side of the wall. There he is, gets the draw in, so it's game on time for both of these athletes. She's fighting so hard now, sets herself with the right hand, and no, but that is the high point for Louise. Team France making a statement with that one just after the cleaning break. And Landers, that cleaning break, you know, it's kind of, it's luck of the draw, isn't it, a little bit, you know, for where you qualify, but it does make a difference.
Yeah, it definitely does, especially in qualifiers when there's like 90 kids climbing on the same like boulders and sport.
I went for a climb up on the boulder wall earlier on, and honestly, it was like most of the holes were disgusting and impossible to hold on to.
Yeah.
So it does make such a big difference. Aswin is climbing very well here. That right foot though is on no texture. He's got to be careful there. Yeah, that's better as he drops it into the pocket. This man could do a bit of everything. Team Thailand is just on fire, but that heel is outrageously high and he falls. My hamstrings were burning watching that one. But that will be up into a provisional finals place for him too. So we're starting to see more and more athletes break through the midway point on this route. We can just see Maja Oleski coming in the background from Poland. That's our top 8. 22 is what's needed at the moment for 8 spots, the final finals place. And we can see Louise's high point there on the screen, so going above Lucy Garlick. And Philip will be out next for the men. Ashwin just underneath. I tell you what, what is his name? Hamade got such a good score. Haru, sorry, got such a good score, that 35. Miles out in front of everyone. Okay, he approaches the wall then. And what is next for you, Landers, after this? Have you got any competitions more planned for 2025?
I think I'm doing a youth competition in the US, and then I think I'm going to start focusing on outdoors for the fall.
Okay. Sport projects, trad projects?
Kind of all of it. Some trad, some sport, some boulders.
Okay. Forward to seeing that. Yeah, Landers' Instagram's on my Instagram, on the IFSC's Instagram right now, so you can go and check him out and do follow along because he's up to some cool stuff out there. Okay, so Maja underway for the women. Philip for the men on the right. Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Helsinki time is the under-17 semi-finals. All Maja with an early slip there. Just went a bit too early with the feet. Did make the adjustment, but it will have just raised the heart rate, that one. And you can see her trying to climb her way into a better position to rest right now. She might find it with the heel in here. Well, Philip has a toe in on the right. And a high heel. I don't think we've seen that before. All right, Maja makes the match on the dish. It looks like she has recovered a little bit from that slip. Oh no, it's a very early fall on the right. So Philip goes, and I didn't really see what happened there. Did you catch it?
Yeah, I think he just kind of slipped off.
Yeah, so he goes well below the first crux. Had his head in his hands immediately. And Maja as well is in trouble. She slips going up over the lip. Well, just when you think we're sort of settling into this route, suddenly it bites back again and we lose 2 athletes early on. Yeah, that was pretty full on. Wow. For the next month or so, the IFSC senior circuit is paused for a while. August is training time for our athletes, but the next World Cup is in Koper, Slovenia at the beginning of September. From there, we'll go to China for the Speed World Cup, and after that, over to Korea for the World Champs. There is plenty of action to come in 2025, but we are starting to come into the final stretch of the season. And Landers, Team USA, the youth squad, like, you know, it's always hard to know, but have you guys got a sort of a talented squad coming through into the senior side of things?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell, but yeah, we do have a pretty strong, I would say, wave coming into the open side. Yeah, I mean, everyone's starting to move to Salt Lake, and so you start to like meet more good climbers, and everyone kind of, you know, you're kind of just like feeding off their energy, and like they're pushing you, and I mean, yeah, it just helps everyone. So yeah.
Yeah, it must do, and that energy in the TC, I'd imagine, is quite fun. I spent some time with some of the more junior climbers, and it's like all of you guys seem to just be like pushing each other,
yeah,
like edging each other on.
It's cool how like the junior climbers can go climb with like the older climbers, and it's like if you can like kind of climb on the same boulders they're climbing on, I mean the youth boulders aren't going to be nearly as bad. So
yeah, and I guess if you sort of prove yourself that you can hang with them, then they'll sort of let you in and
teach you some things. Yeah,
that's cool. Matteo for Team Italy is climbing, and on the left-hand side, Connie Bridgens from Great Britain is underway. Nice flow from her at the bottom part of this route. And she'll take her time, just making sure of these early moves. You don't want to rush it down low. It's not the place to lose energy on a route like this. Matteo blowing the chalk off his hands. He launches into the crux. This was where Philip fell a couple of seconds ago. We didn't catch it on our main camera, but as Landers said, just a slip sent him down. And you can see the mark from climbers who have slipped before on this section. He wraps the hands in underneath. There is a jib under there, but it's quite a flat one. So with a bit of a flick of his right wrist there. He's looking good at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very confident. I think he's looked the smoothest of everyone. Harry, when he got to this stage, was shaking all over the place. It looked like he was about to fall off at any second.
Yeah.
Matteo looks good. Breathes deep in the pocket, though. There's the shake for the first time, as I said it. Into wide pinches now. He crosses through, gets himself set for this traverse that drifts its way right up the wall. Hits the first of the cross-throughs. Right hand. This will be high point soon for him. Shaking for the first time, though. And he takes the fall. But good work from Matteo, and Connie slips as well as she goes on the lip. Gosh, that lip is causing all types of carnage for the women's competition here. Yeah, Matteo looked the most confident, Landers, and just smooth.
Yeah, it looked really nice.
Yeah, so no extraneous movements, nice and confident. And Matteo Rusa just underneath the high point there of 35. All right, well, my next co-commentator is waiting in the wings, but Landers is going to stay with us for one more climber here. And Connie is inside of our top 8 at the moment due to count back. Lots getting around that 23 plus, but I don't think she's going to stay there for very long with that one. Unless something drastic happens in our final 8. It's been a tough one at the moment. Men getting a bit higher, but the women really struggling with this route. It's turned the temperature up. Riccardo Vincinetti comes on. He was good in Boulder the other day as well, so powerful climber.
Put your hands together.
So Riccardo, I don't know what, he was just warming up the hands there, what just embedding the chalk in. Sawa Takazaki enters the stage. Team Japan really bringing the game. We're talking about this a lot in Boulder, but this is a good opportunity to prove to the selectors that, you know, you can play the game here. Her last big comp was the Youth World Champs in Seoul, where she came 14th for lead. And after that, she's only done the Asian the Youth Championships, where she was 8th. Unbelievable how good the Japanese squad there are. All right. Riccardo is climbing. Thumb engaged on the balls here as he enters the blue section, makes the clip, and into the underking. Sauer skips those feet up, makes the adjustment, smears the left foot onto the volume. What do you think of the men's route, Landers? Tougher than you thought it would be, or?
It looks pretty nice, honestly. I think it could see one top towards the end. Normally that's what they want in semis, is like just big, like there's no ties pretty much. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to come into the fight. I mean, we've had it in the women's this year where there's been multiple ties in qualies, semis and finals. And as you said, it's what we want to avoid.
Yeah, it's always annoying to end on a tie and not make it to the next round.
Absolutely, yeah. Or make multiple tops in the finals as well as the other irritated. So Riccardo is wrestling a little bit with these volumes right now. He's in underneath, makes the clip though. Let's see how he deals with this next big stretch up with the right hand. Sauer will rest for a second on the big undercling. Good work from him, just locked off that left arm. He finds the crimp as well. Oh, though, that was close. That right arm was drifting up. Buries into the pocket. Looks like he'll now make the clip, and he should shake. This pocket is, oh no, he hasn't made the clip yet. Oh. And he can't make the clip, so he's down as well. So Sauer will approach the beginning of the women's crux that has caught out almost every single athlete so far. Keeping the body, the weight underneath your body here. Pulling down on this dish. The second you start to go to the right of it, the hold runs out of it. Into the dish and into the cross through. And a good shot just to show these crimps are not in cut up there for the women. But she's made the move that has caused problems for most. Ooh, but reversing down here. And a long way down. So suddenly not liking the feel of that top hold. It's funny, isn't it, Landers, to see like down climbing in these routes, because it doesn't happen very often, but she goes with the right hand instead of the left. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's better to down climb, reset everything, and then make the correct move and not fall off, which is what she did do.
Yeah.
Lukáš is on. Another Czech Republic climber making waves here in the youth scene. He was great in Boulder the other day. Sauer still making progress. Pinches to come though. She's looking good. Checks the clock as well. So clearly feeling it, and has 2 minutes 12 on the clock in order to shake out a little bit on this section. She finds the pinches now. The next pinch is far above her head though, but she has got the left foot buried in. Up towards the pinch, fighting hard at the moment. Triangular volumes disguise these pinches. She hits the left one. She'll have to cross over with the right, which she does. This is really good and high point time for Sauer. Right foot pressing, drops it, and this is high point.
Oh, she's got a clip.
Oh yeah, good spot, man. Yeah, she might have gone a bit far on this.
Oh.
And she knows it as well, head in her hands. I mean, she just knew she couldn't go any further on that. I think she had some energy there as well. Devastated, but she is further than most. All right, Lukasz then, he steps through. Powerful move to come. He was 7th in Boulder the other day. Has the heel in now. And we'll just get to the end of this, and then we'll bring in our next co-commentator here, who's waiting patiently in the commentary box. Lukasz crossing under, coming out into the pinches. I think he's just on like all or nothing mode right now.
Yeah.
Shake of an arm, traverse, rising traverse to come as he sits on that left heel. Oh, a little bit of a bobble there, but he saved it. He's still pressing forward. Into the jib now. The crowd are behind him. Goes up with the left, just about catches it. This is the high point. If he can cross through, might squeak in there. We'll see. Well, look, Landers, thank you so much for joining me, mate. Absolute pleasure to have you in the commentary box, and best of luck for all of your future projects, man. I hope it goes well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Landers. Right, I am going to introduce my next co-commentator from Team Germany. I have Jana in the commentary box. Jana, good evening. How are you, sir?
Hello, I'm good.
It is lovely to have you here. We are watching Yale Way underway right now. What do you think of these routes, eh? They seem pretty savage out there.
Yeah, I think the men's route looks like it has a very cruxy section in the middle with the hard move to the crimp after the side pull. And yeah, after that it looks very endurance-y. Yeah, you have the pink pinches and after that like small crimps. Yeah, but I really like it. I think it looks very good. Looks fun to climb.
Yeah, it does indeed. Tough to climb. And the next athlete on from Team Japan is Hiroto Nishio. Yale Wei on the left here has climbed in Lead Senior World Cups this year. 43rd in Kaichou was her last one. Oh, sorry, that was 2024, so she hasn't climbed for a while, so apologies. All right, now she does wrestling underneath. Yeah, the women's route, this move here just seems to sap all of their energy, like drain their energy away.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the women's route looks cool as well, I think. Yeah, I think in the one move on the purple pinches looks very hard.
Yeah, I agree. And we've seen so many people fall there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I know you're a bit worried about your English and stuff. You got like, absolutely perfect English.
Thank you.
You are good at this.
Yeah.
I had to persuade you a little bit, but it is really...
Yeah. I learned a lot of English from you, actually, as I already told you.
Terrified. Well, the flag's in the background there. I love the colours in this shot. So cool to see. And Hiroto down low. He's really taking his time at the moment. And look at these moves. Nice close-up shots. The small jibs. Right, this is the move you were talking about, this very tricky cross through. Actually, it looks good. Now unwinds into the crimp. All right, no problems. The yellow way. Yeah, he's climbing very slowly on the right.
Yeah, maybe he's just taking his time, finding the flow. I don't think it has to be something bad to climb a bit slower.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, sometimes it can be like nervous or a bit overly cautious, but he's been really accurate with every movement, so it's interesting.
I think sometimes if you're nervous, I think it's good to take it a bit slower to, find it to the flow. Don't rush anything so that you don't slip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's sensible. And it's very easy to rush, especially when you're sort of excited, the adrenaline's up. But yeah, he is just resting his way through. He'll check the clock because he's been there for a bit of time already. He'll drop back down to rest again. Wow, this is impressive from him. I'm quite enjoying this. But meanwhile, on the left, I sort of forgot for a sec, Yali is doing well. Cross-through moves to come, and this is the first time she's really hesitated, and you could see it on that left hand when she went up. Not quite. But she'll be up there in a provisional finals place with that. So Hiroto comes up into... It looks like you can almost jam your fingers in there, but I think it's more of a blocker.
Yeah, I also thought the same thing about the next left side pull to come. If you put your fingers like really high on it, you can maybe like jam them a little bit into the blocker hold.
That shot looks like it's sort of closed off and then it opens up. So you see what I mean? So it's almost like a little pocket.
Yeah, and I think it might be a bit dangerous as well. Like if you really jam them in there, I think they could get stuck, and I don't think that would be very nice.
It's not what we want. We don't want to see fingers left behind the ball, please. Well, if it's resting has worked, it certainly has worked, because look, he's through into the slightly more in-cut pinch. I can't remember who it was, but someone skipped that hold all the way into the pocket.
Yeah, I think it was the Thai guy.
Yes.
I think Ozzy, his name, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked good as well. I think your skipping moves might be a bit more efficient.
He's the only one to have done it so far that I've seen.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been just instinct on the wall. I don't think you often plan moves like that, but if you're on the wall and you see the pocket, it's up there, and you see you can grab it, you just do it.
Yeah. All right, well, Hiroto on the rising traverse. I just get the feeling that he's on one right now. He's got plenty of time as well, so you are totally right with that call. You know, he's timed it well.
Yeah, I think he looks fresh.
Yeah. All right, heel in. Slightly sharper holds to come, and then you go back left on the head. Well, now he's struggling for the first time. Just about hit that left. And there's this cross-through move. The cross-through moves are so tricky when you're pumped to do. And you've got to down climb this next section on no friction, and he falls just after the clip, looks down at his left hand. Good work. Well, that might be a high point. We'll have to wait and see. It's hard to keep track of it at the moment. We'll see a score in a minute, I think. Right, Natsudi Oda comes out. And I had to check, actually, with her coaches, because I wasn't aware that she was still only 17. Feels like she's been around for such a long time. Or I feel like I've said her name a million times. She was in Madrid where she was 38th, 37th in Chamonix, 19th in Innsbruck. That's where she shined. And in fact, the heat of Bali was where she did best, 14th there. And that is a high point on the right. So he gets into third, so 34, just a plus underneath Lukash's score. Team Japan with rotating teammates here. As Natsudi Oda quickly climbs through the first easier section. Seven to go for the women. The men climbing slightly faster. 5 to go for the men. Or falling faster, I should say. The audience, oh, she nearly lost that then. She tried to put her foot up a little bit early and slipped. Pierre is on for Team France. Natsudi Oda crosses underneath. Yeah, it was weird, that slip. It was kind of not so much a slip as just a mistake. But she does adjust, but, oh, wow. Oh. My head just turned sideways then trying to look at that. She's upside down. That is some interesting climbing from her. And has a right toe locked in underneath now. Okay, well, there's the dish, and she's, again, she bends herself into these really interesting positions. Look at that knee engaged underneath as well. Oh, fascinating climbing from her, but she's approaching the crux, and I don't think there's many tricks that can be done on this move. It's right hand, cross under, and hope for the best. That's the drop knee that she's got locked in. Finds the dish. It's good work from her. Searches for a foot and eventually decides just to boost up with the right hand. Okay, and Pierre is climbing down low. He's about to come into your shot, actually, in a couple of seconds here. This is a nice close-up of Natsudi Oda. It's steep, isn't it, Jana, the women's route especially?
Yeah, we had a qualification route yesterday in that part of the wall. And yeah, around where the crux is for the women with the 2 purple pinches. Yeah, that part of the wall is the steepest. And yeah, after that it gets flatter again. But yeah, the steep part really pumps you, and then yeah, even if it gets flatter, you're still getting more and more pumped.
Yeah, and they tend to put more technical moves up on the less overhanging section as well, so you've suddenly got to think as well.
Yeah, I think if you stay calm and like put weight on your feet and use your hips, then yeah, you can often shake a bit more and get a bit more relaxed on the less steep part. But yeah, you have to be really open in your head still, and not
pumped out of your mind.
Yeah, not too tired.
Well, Natsudi Oda makes the clip early, which her teammate did not do, so she might make some progression. Pierre cuts the feet loose. He's climbing really well on the right-hand side as well. Pierre with micro shakes into the traverse now for him. The semi's building to a nice, and look at this, another bizarre position for Natsudi Oda, who makes it work, but that left foot is in trouble. Now brings the right foot in. This has been a fascinating climb from her. That right foot on the jib now, bit of a shake. It's a big move to a flat hold, and she can't quite do it. And nearly swings all the way into Pierre's rope there. And Pierre falls in the background as well. Wow, it was all go there. That was a great run for Natsudi. Yes, she came so close from hitting Pierre's rope. I did just about avoid it, I think. Natsudi Oda will have a look at what had, and that leaves her on the top spot. 36 plus. Your new provisional leader is Natsudi Oda with 36 plus. Down at the bottom, 28 plus for more is the danger zone position. 2 Brits currently in that top 2 as well, both Faye and Lucy doing well. And for the men, our leader's been there for a while now on 35, still Lukash 34 plus just below. And then Team Japan in action again with that 34. And we've just seen him, Pierre, climbs his way into 4th place with 32 plus. Tell me a little bit about Team Germany, because you guys seem like there's a lot of future potential in your squad at the moment.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we have a good squad at the moment, I think, especially in the bouldering under 19. We had 3 people there from Team Germany, and also in the male under 19 for lead. Yeah, I think all of us didn't really do too well, but I think, yeah, we have the potential in Germany.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, as we sort of look ahead to the Olympics, is that your focus, do you think? I know it's hard to tell at the moment, but is the Olympics in LA?
Yeah, it's definitely a goal, or yeah, a goal and a dream at the same time. Yeah.
And do you think you're going to be specializing, or is it lead or boulder more your thing?
I'm not sure yet. I really like both. I really like competing in both. So yeah, I think I really like doing both, but I think it's hard to, yeah, if you want to be at the level to compete at the Olympics, I think you might have to specialize in order to be able to qualify, because I think it's going to be very, very hard.
Yeah,
so,
I would agree with you, yeah. All right, well, the next 2 outs, Manato from Japan is about to climb, and Matcha Brebillon from France is about to pull off the floor onto the wall on this. What is becoming, it's opening up a little bit, this route, but the men certainly just keeps catching some athletes out down low, so you can't look away for a second if you're watching at home. Wraps those hands around the black balls down low as he starts to come up, and another big pinch on the slightly smaller balls there, which does allow you to engage the fingers and thumbs on it. Matcha crossing through nicely there, reaches up above her head. And just to remind anyone who didn't hear at the beginning, those big sort of curtains that are covering the wall, that is to protect against the roots that are coming up in the future. Ooh, a little bit of a hesitation here. She's got to drop back down. We've seen that a few times in this women's route, that it catches you a little bit unaware, I think.
Yeah, that's always not nice when you have to climb down, and when there's a hold which is like way worse than you expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's always not too nice when there's something like very unexpected, but I think that's, you really need the ability to deal with stuff like that to be a really good comp climber. I think that's ability which is very necessary.
I think you're right, Jan. I mean, in Bali, we saw a hold that had been blocked from the inside that you couldn't see from the ground. And I think setters more and more are starting to play with your minds a little bit with stuff like this. And this is the Youth World Champs is a good place to start sort of getting used to those kind of routes. All right, Manato with a little bit of shake on the left foot. He's up into the traverse now, so he's going for high point positions. Certainly the top 8 as he crosses through. Matcha makes the first of the cruxes look pretty simple. Big cross through with the right hand and finds a heel. She fights to get that quick draw in for a second and she'll try to shake out. Meanwhile, Manato looks so good on the right. But this is the hard part for him. This top crux, right hand with the jib in for the thumb, left hand on the crimp. This is the cross through move. He can't make the clip. He's getting pumped. Left foot's on no texture. Oh, wow, okay. I stand corrected. I still don't think he can make the clip, maybe. No. No, he's ignoring it. And is there a knee bar? No. He wants to, we lose, and he lose him too.
But that's a new high point.
Yeah, it is a new high point, so good climbing from him. He's got a big smile on his face. He looks towards his coaches to get confirmation of it. Who's the first person you look for when you come off the wall? Is it friends? Is it coaches?
I think most of the time the coaches.
Okay. And I guess they can immediately sort of indicate to you if you've done well or not with it.
Yeah. I think most of the time you know it by yourself if you've done well or not, but yeah, it's always nice to get the confirmation by the coaches.
Yeah, that thumbs up means a lot, eh? And tell me about you a little bit. Do you do a lot of outdoor climbing as well, or is it just indoor for you?
I don't do a lot of outdoor climbing because, I live in northern Germany. We don't have much rocks, and also with all the competitions, I don't have too much time. But I really enjoy it. Like in my holidays, I go rock climbing. I went to Briona a couple of times. And also when I was younger with like my local climbing club in the summer holidays, we always went on a lead climbing trip. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, Jet, you forget that northern Germany doesn't have any rock. I'm so used to sort of like the Franken-Year and bits of Germany that do.
Yeah. The Franken-Year is like 4 hours if there's not any traffic jams.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not too close to my home, unfortunately.
No, especially when you have to train in the gym a lot. Yeah, I can imagine that gets tight. Akian comes on for Team France. And in the background, Lana Goric, from Slovenia enters the stage. First Slovenian athlete out, I think. Yes, first Slovenian athlete. No, for the women. We had an earlier on male. Okay, so Akian underway. Just 3 to go for the men's route, and we're coming up to 9:35 here in Helsinki. Quite a late semi-finals this. We start at 8 p.m. Semi-finals tomorrow around about 11. So, it's Saturday tomorrow. So forget your plans on a Saturday. Come and join us for youth. Have a cup of coffee. A brunch, in fact. And you can watch the futures of our sports, trying to get some medals here. Heavily taped up on that right leg. I think that might be like a blood tape, maybe. It doesn't look like a sort of, I don't know what it looks like. It's not very neat, is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is, we hope he's all right. Up with the right hand on the arete. And fast climbing from Lana as well on the left. Nice to see the split screen. Thank you to the media guys working behind the scenes to make everything nice and smooth here. You can see how close the athletes are. There's a foot drifting into the other shot. Yeah, very close together. It's probably the closest section. So Akian approaches the first of the cruxes. Buries the hand in. It is a pocket, you know. It's really cool, that. It's funny, isn't it, that crux, it can look impossible or it could just look like another move.
Yeah, he made it look very, very chill. For him, it didn't look like a problem at all. There were like a couple of guys who made it work, but it looked like a throw to the crimp, and for him it was very solid.
Yeah, exactly. It's just difference in strength, I think. And I think it is just a strength move, that one.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Lock it off and go.
Yeah, if you just have more pinch or sloper power for the left, you can just lock it off and go slowly. Yeah, and if you're already tired and also don't have the max power to hold it as well, then you have to go more dynamic and a bit less controlled.
Yeah, lower percentage, I agree with you. Good analysis there. And Lana was crimping the bottom dish as well, which seemed to work for her. She's through. We stick with Akian as he finds a heel down low, sits on that now. He has ignored that quick draw though, and he takes a big fall all the way down. Oh, there's some massive falls that we've seen today. You guys are brave. All right, so we stick with Lana, who made the move over the head wall look simple as well. Look at those flags in the background. That's just awesome. I wonder where they found the flags. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start for flag hunting.
Yeah, I think it was also a bit of work to put them up there.
Yeah, apparently it took hours.
Yeah.
They did a great
I can
job.
imagine.
Yeah. Because I hadn't seen it because it was behind a curtain. I hadn't come in. I sort of walked in and was like, wow.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah, it does.
Cool.
Yeah, good job. And thank you to all the organisers as well, Annie and everyone who's been working just tirelessly behind the scenes. It's such a big event to put on. 615 under 19-year-olds. It's tough. Right, she just about finds that right hand, though. Little bit of a shake now. She's having to work as she comes up to the triangle, and that's where she fell. 4 to go for the women, 2 for the men, as we start to work out who are the 8 athletes to make it through to the under-19s final that will take place tomorrow. Do you want to hear a flag update, Jana? So apparently there's a flag store in Helsinki. How on earth does that store stay in business?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think there are events like this every day in Helsinki.
No.
Or at any place in the world.
maybe there's a lot of people buying flags in Finland. Who knows?
Maybe they like them.
I'm fascinated by this now. I might have to visit this store. Maybe they make mini flags, you know, little badge flags.
Yeah,
I suppose the flag market is quite wide.
Yeah, in the grocery store below us, they also have a lot of Finnish flag items.
There we go. Wow, I've learned something. Flagtastic. Okay, Jinwei Yao is on for China. Team China really bringing the heat here at the Youth World Champs. Mini Li, or Mini Li, I'm not quite up on her name at the moment, but she's fantastic. 15, 1 goal the other day. Mini Li, that's it. All right, Jinwei pulls off quickly into the first few draws, into the first few moves. And then a bit of a star comes on the stage, Jayla Martin. She has made multiple senior finals. She was climbing a home World Cup the other day. She did very well in Boulder as well. And in terms of sort of Spanish up-and-coming superstars, she is absolutely one of those at the moment. Yeah, she was feeling the pressure in Madrid, but, you know, with all the media attention that comes with that. She's got a medal the other day, silver in the under-19s category. And she's won, really, you know, if you put a circle around names, you'd think she would get through to the finals. If she doesn't, it would be a shocker, put it like that. So the pressure is on for her. Jinwei launches up, no hesitation there. Very fast, snappy climbing from him. Jayla, warm-up done. Focus time for her. Got to be careful. If your athletes put that foot up way too early, you have to make the transition before you do it. And look at this, he's just crushed that move. He's looking so casual, he can sort of fumble the clip a bit and still be okay. Good stuff from him. Jayla underneath the giant hold, which is not so giant because of the angle. She's resting. We stick with Jinwei here. Into the pinches. He's just so poppy, but it doesn't work for him that time. Not quite. We'll have to wait and see where that does lead him, because suddenly our top 8 is getting very close together. And that is all Jayla is holding on to. It's a good shot just to show how terrible that hold is. Yana, you're looking at the scores here. Do we know where he's ended up with that one?
Yeah, he's in 10th place right now, so I don't think that would be enough for the finals unless there's a couple of appeals.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything about appeals, so yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? That men's route. It's like you either fall very early or you fall on the traverse, but you know, you have to get high on the men's on a hard route. Jayla looking pretty comfortable, it's got to be said at the moment. Won't hang around too long on that pinch, though. Right, she starts to make progress, but the next section squeezes you in between volumes. And we see a lot of falls there as well. So all eyes on Jayla right now. Our final male athlete is about to enter the arena, but not yet. Jayla has a heel in. Pretty tricky moves to come for her, but she's used to fighting. And there is Sareru from Team Japan. He was in the Boulder the other day, but only made semis. He was 17th there, but Youth Asian Championships he's been crushing in 2024. He was 4th and 5th, but hasn't really competed in 2025.
Yeah, I think he's the Boulder World Champion from last year in the youth.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, I think his Boulder comp this year probably didn't match his expectations, but in lead and the qualies he looked very, very good. He topped both routes. Yeah, he said it was easy.
He said it was easy. Well, there we go. Jayla on the crimp. She's up to high point territory now, as we'd expect from a lady of her caliber. Big move up. She skipped a hold there. I'm not quite sure why. She missed that right hand. But that will be enough to get her through into the next round. All right, there is the man who found it easy. I love that quote. That's brilliant, he had it to find that one out. All right, well, let's hope he hasn't burnt too much energy on that one. Jayla up to 35th, so she's second behind Natsudi Oda. Good work from her. We'll see her in the finals. Just 3 to go for the women. And this is our final male climber here, Hareru. And he's doing good at the moment. Gotta keep it together, though, through this section here. This is where you can drop it. It's not a gimme, any of these sequences here. And he is hesitating a little bit here, but makes the flick. Yeah, again, he just had the hand a bit awkwardly around the rope and had to adjust. Wasn't really worth sort of readjusting too much, but he dealt with it. Okay, so he's approaching the point now after this angle change and into the traverse, where he'll be knocking on the door of a finals place. Has a toe in and underneath. Kohana Mugashima comes on for Japan. There she is. Lots of gambares echoing through this climbing wall here. He crosses through, rotates around. This should be finals place for him, I think. Jana's got the scores open as we go. He's up into...
I can't see it, but I think that, yeah, that's definitely enough.
There we go. Yeah, so that might push ushering out. Oh, what a big foot slip there. Sends him down, but it should be more than enough for him. He's got his head in his hands with it, though. It certainly wasn't more of a slip and a mistake, but he sits down, and I think he's devastated with that one, but I think he should be through. We think. Yes, he is through, so he's okay. Someone tell him, please, quick.
Yeah, I think that's right now. It would be nice to look at the coaches, and if they tell you
Yeah.
in the finals, I think he's still probably or quite surely not happy with his performance, but
he's
he
through.
made it into finals. That's the most important
Yeah,
thing.
in fact, the coaches are standing up, making sure he's all right, because he's still sitting on the ground. I think he is. Is he right? I hope he's all right. I didn't see any injury or something, but he's definitely still on the ground. Yeah, he's just sort of sitting there. But he's done well. And I think there's an intensity with Team Japan at the moment, because there were some people in floods of tears having qualified in 4th position, you know. And I just think there's it's very hard in Team Japan right now.
Yeah, Team Japan is definitely the toughest team in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also if you're selected, then I think it's probably quite a big pressure because everybody expects you to do well because you're from Japan, and Japan is the strongest country in the world in climbing, and yeah.
Yeah, and you might only have a few chances. Well, he's now left the stage. He's all right, but he is certainly not happy with himself. Okay, well, let's stick with his teammate, Kahana. She's climbed steadily so far, finds the dish. Will just be focusing with the women's competition now. 3 to go. Love her chalk bag. It says POW on it. That's so cool. I want that. I want a POW chalk bag. Right, she cuts loose. Confident stuff as she finds the pocket with the left foot. All right, crowd get behind her as she makes the tricky move to the pinch. We'll get the clip in from that position. All right, she finds the pinch now. This is good climbing from her at the moment. It's quite a stretch, that clip to the left. Quite a tensiony position. Oh, that foot drifted just a second too long there. She would have wanted to bring it in a bit faster. I've been told the Japanese athlete is now smiling and high-fiving people, so it's all good.
That's good, yeah.
All right, up to the pinch. Crosses through with the feet. Boosty move out now. This is good from her. You got to go all the way left before the angle change, and the route kind of just winds itself back right again on the head wall. Splits up high here. She's got plenty of time as well. 2:38 on the clock. The time has not been a factor at all, either for men or women. Into the pinch. And that is the new high point from her. Right, she's on for a top right now. But look how slopey this next hold is. And she's a long way below it. She slips down coming to the big pinch. Kahana moves into the top spot with that one. And you could hear the crowd's reaction when she did so. This climbing wall pretty perfect for an audience here. There's a lower ground floor, there's an upper floor with seating as well. So you get good views wherever you are in the stadium. And what's next for you, Jana? Where are you headed to?
I'm going to compete at the Youth European Championships in Žilina. Yeah, it's in around a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be your next big competition.
Yeah, exactly. Also in lead.
And then, obviously, I would imagine you'll be trying to sort of aim for World Cups in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Fantastic. Well, wish you the best of luck with that. Lucy Garlick is right in the danger zone, 30 plus. Countback making a big difference. And 2 athletes to go, so she might go down. Zoe Yi out next for Japan. Sorry, for USA. And Zoe, was interesting. I met her in Bali for the first time, sort of her first comp there. Very, very young, but one to watch for sure in the future here. And then Flora Oblasset to come after that. There is Zoe. Good lead climber. Okay, she approaches the wall then. All attention on the women's route. You can see that up tier and the bouldering behind. Auto belays below that. Yeah, Zoe's first IFSC comp was the Dallas World Champs, where she was 20th in lead, and she's a pure lead specialist. 38th in that World Cup I mentioned in Bali. Finding her way into this sort of lead climbing world here. And fast climbing, I think that's sensible through that bottom part. You know, it's not difficult, you just got to keep going. And you can see our leaderboard on the left as well, the stack of names. So obviously right down to the bottom at the moment, and 1, 2, 3 up high. We search for her feet and find it this time. Okay, so into this first rest here. You don't want to hang around too long, as we know, and she doesn't, which is smart. And launches and immediately stops the moment with lots of body tension as she finds the right hand.
I think she's climbing quite quickly, like quicker than most of the women so far. Yeah, I think that can be quite good. You can save a lot of energy climbing quick.
Yeah, I think you're right to spot that. She's got 4 minutes 20 left. Doesn't hang around with this one. She'll know, you know, that semi-final is one of the hardest routes.
Yeah, hanging around on bad holds is never a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. But she's approaching a real head wall difficult bit here. 2 quick draws to come. She drops that clip, decides to go a bit higher on it. And I just wonder whether that will work out for her. She has got it in. It's either like genius or a mistake. It's one of the two. Maybe it's genius. Whatever, she's got it in. Up into pinches now. Big pinch above her head to come. Turns the right hand into an undercling before she does so. Triangle volume has spat a few people off though. She's got to be careful here. Finds the left hand and plants the left foot onto that cheetah hold. She's into the left crimp as well. Okay, game on then for the high point. We know it's coming up, that big pinch. She uses that hold where Jayla didn't, makes the bump. That moves her into 7th. She slips, but that should be enough for a finals place with just 1 climber to go for Zoe Yi. So good work from her. Sorry, leaves her in 8th place, so a bit of an adjustment. So pushed down. I think that might change because of count back there.
She's on 3rd right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I missed that. So 36. So she's way up there. Yeah, so the score took a while to update and updated.
Yeah, safely in the finals.
Good work from her. All right, we'll see her again. Our top 8 starting to take shape here. Just 1 climber to go. But it's a lady with a lot of quality. Flora Oblasset will be the final climber here from Team Austria. And then we'll reset for tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. is when we come back for the under-17 semi-final. And just a reminder again that Instagram is the place to be. Instagram and YouTube Shorts. I've been making a few videos, some fun edits with athletes, get to know you, behind-the-scenes stuff, gym tours and more. All that is on the IFSC's Instagram and YouTube channels. Make sure you subscribe while you're there. And hammer the heart button, the like button, while you're about it. And all these live streams for this week are free to watch on YouTube. So if you fancy catching up on some of our the best youth climbers in the world, that's where you can find them. Right, Kahana leads Natsudi Oda over Jayla, Louise, Sawa, Lana, Yale, Lucy in the top 8. Lucy in a very dangerous position as Flora Oblasset comes in. Flora immediately air climbing. Now, she didn't have the greatest of bouldering rounds, was 20th there the other day. When you compare that to 14th in Prague for the Senior World Cup, she would have wanted to have done a bit better.
Yeah, no, she definitely wasn't happy with her boulder round.
So this is her moment for revenge. But of course, when you haven't done well in one round, suddenly all the pressure starts to come to your preferred discipline. And lead is where she's good. She was 6th in Bali this year, remember. She made lots of finals before. So let's see what she can do here. She broke onto the scene very young for the senior circuit. And more than capable of not only winning this thing, but potentially being the first and only athlete to top this route out. So a good way to finish this semi-final. She will rest here. Needs at least 30 plus to move forward. Count back, we get her in then. That's a toe hook. I haven't seen that much, and it does allow her to stretch up. Didn't want to do that dynamically at all.
Yeah, no, and she adjusted the toe hook like one more time to make sure it sticks. Yeah, if that would have slipped out, I think she would have fallen. So better make sure of it.
Yeah, so a low, interesting bit of beta from her there. It's absolutely worked. So she moves forward. Very, very steep through here. I'm not exactly sure of the angles, but it's the steepest part of this entire lead. Well, the entire wall, actually. Everywhere. She's almost at the end of that, though. Those big sheets, by the way, are covering the under 17 routes. You wanted to know? Hidden from the athletes, who of course naturally would want to have a look at them. Up she comes above the lip. This is good so far from Flora. We'll wait and see where she will end up, though. I'm looking at that leaderboard on the right. It should update live as it happens. So Flora finds the right-hand pinch. Good, accurate footwork. Now she takes a moment to pause here and breathe. Not much time to stop after this. This next sequence of holds is where it's going to be all about right now.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to finish, to prepare yourself for the finish part and get into a real fight mode.
Yeah, agreed. It's kind of like take a deep breath, grit your teeth and go at this point. And she is now. Look at this. More pace to her climbing. Finds the left pinch. Really nasty holds up there and a lovely shot just to show how horrible they are. Has a heel in there. That's good climbing. Doesn't really do much, but just allows you to chalk up a bit. It's a brief moment. Not enough to recover on, though. She's going to go for the whole jump. Just about gets it. Okay, this should be finals now for her. I don't think the score is quite updating on the right, but into the flat hold. Makes some adjustments here, and she will be into the final, even though it doesn't say it on the right, but we know, you know at home too. Can Flora potentially top this thing? No one's got close. And she is recovering here a bit. She's resting. There's the jib on the right. That's a horrible hold, though. You've really got to turn the foot into it. There is the... nope, not quite updated yet. Oh, and she falls on the next move. All right, well, we think she's through, right? We'll just double-check from our scores.
And it should be a shared high point, I think.
Yeah, I think so, too. All right, back down to the ground for Flora Oblasset, and we will just wait here. And Janne, look, thank you so much for joining me, man. You were fantastic in the commentary
Thank
box.
you. It was really fun.
It was good to have you, and we will be returning tomorrow for the under-17 semi-final. We'll just wait for confirmation here of the results before saying goodbye to you. Flora Oblasset will untie the knots. And she wants some confirmation, so do we. Let's find out. All right, well, Flora Oblasset leads the way over Kahana, Natsudi Oda, Zoe Yi, Jayla Martin, Louise Sauer, and Lana are our top 8. Yeah, I could say goodbye to you because I know you've probably got to get in taxis and stuff for Team Germany, but I'll see you soon, mate. Thank you so much. Manato leads the way for the men over Haru, Hiroto and Lucas in 4th, Akyan in 5th, Matteo 6th, Hararu 7th, and Pierre in 8th. Elsewin just pushed outside of our top 8. Well, everyone, that is it for me. Thank you so much for joining me and all my co-commentators here tonight. We'll be back for 3 broadcasts tomorrow as the under-17s semi-final, under-19th final, and the under-17th final. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We will return soon for more IFSC climbing action from Helsinki.